the next 9 months, join me on my journey as I train for Ironman Wisconsin in September 2025. This is to raise awareness for cystic fibrosis. CF is a lung disease that has impacted my life since birth. But first, what's an Ironman? It's one of the world's most grueling endurance tests, combining a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and a full distance 26.2 marathon run. Growing up in Boulder, Colorado, I've been surrounded by the world of endurance sports and triathlons my entire life. I even competed in a few Iron Kids triathlons at the Boulder Reservoir when I was a child. After graduating from college, I decided to pause my social life and career to pursue this goal. You may be wondering what cystic fibrosis is. CF is an incurable genetic disease that primarily affects a patient's lungs and GI tract. There are many different types of CF, and every case is unique to how it affects the body. I have 2 Delta F508 mutations, which is the most common genotype, and it roughly affects 70% of the CF community. Not only does this affect my lungs, but it affects my whole body. So if we go back to our high school biology class, salt is made up of sodium and chloride. My understanding with CF is sodium passes through the cell wall much faster than the average person. So a person with CF tends to have very salty sweat. And the opposite happens with chloride. Chloride is trapped in the cell and can't pass through it. So to put it another way, chloride walks up to the door of the cell wall, but that door is locked. When those 2 salt events occur, the mucus in my body becomes very dehydrated and gets thick and sticky. As a result, mucus and bacteria become trapped in my lungs. This leads to chronic infections and progressive lung damage. Growing up with CF was hard. I was constantly underweight and struggled to keep up with my classmates. I was always told to cough up mucus and spit it out when I could. And when I was younger, my parents used a rubber plunger type paddle and they would hit my back to break up debris in my lungs. I started using a vest that would vibrate against my chest and a nebulizer as breathing treatments to help clear my lungs. Growing up, I did 2 neb treatments a day, one before school and one at night. These each took about 45 minutes. I also took copious amounts of pills every meal of the day. I would wake up every morning with coughing attacks. And the first thing I would do is reach for my inhaler to start my day off with a full breath of air. When I was 13, I wanted to learn more about what I was living with. And I Googled what CF was. I saw a follow-up question asking what the life expectancy was with people with CF. And to my shock, it was 38 years old. This meant, on average, I'd only have another 25 years to live. I wouldn't see my kids grow up. I wouldn't be able to meet my grandchildren. I wouldn't be able to attend my close friends' weddings, and I wouldn't be able to achieve what I wanted in life. I carried that thought in the back of my mind for the next 5 years to make each day count. I quit most contact sports because I was shorter and skinnier than kids my age, but I really struggled with self-confidence from constantly comparing myself to others. But then, in November 2019, my senior year of high school, a new drug was released called Trikafta. Trikafta helps correct the basic defect in CF by helping salt move easily from cell to cell. This medication helps pull the chloride out of the nucleus and brings it up to that locked cell door I mentioned earlier. The drug unlocks the door and helps chloride pass through the cell wall. The point of Trikafta was to help cut down on hospital visits, hospital admissions, lung transplants, and hopefully extend the life expectancy of people with CF. The first night I took Trikafta, I woke up in the middle of the night and started to feel violently sick. I ran to the bathroom in the dark and stubbed my foot in the doorway. Then I crashed into the wall, putting a hole in it and barely making it to the toilet to throw up. I was throwing up so much that bright green bile was filling the bowl, and I was pretty much in the bathroom all night. The next morning I woke up, but with no coffee. This was one of the first times I didn't wake up fighting for oxygen. This first night horror movie is similar to a lot of people on Trikafta, and the CF community calls it the purge. Now this brings me to where I am today in front of you. Over the next year, I will be preparing for one of the most grueling endurance events imaginable. My goal isn't to just cross the finish line. I aim to raise vital funds and awareness for the CF Foundation, a cause deeply personal to me. I also strive to be a voice for people living with invisible disabilities. Cystic fibrosis is often an unseen battle. On the surface, I may appear to be healthy, but the reality is that I live with a life-threatening condition, and many others like me face similar challenges. Thousands of people are in the same boat dealing with limitations, whether physical, mental, or societal, that people around them might not fully understand. For most of my life, I felt boxed in by these limitations, constantly reminded of what I couldn't do. The weight of that burden is very heavy. And even though I've made great strides, I still struggle with this. So why am I doing this? I want to show people, especially those that have been told their whole lives what they can't do, that you're able to break out of that box. And it's possible to challenge the narrative that's been written for you. This journey isn't just about the physical demands of Ironman training. Though it will be hard, it's about breaking barriers, overcoming fears, and making each day count. I want the series to be a source of strength and reassurance for anyone dealing with their own limitations. I want them to see it's okay to start from where you are and chase after something extraordinary. To my knowledge, I'll be the first person with a double Delta F508 genotype and the third person ever with CF to complete a full distance Ironman. To make history would be incredible. By sharing my experiences, both the setbacks and the breakthroughs, I hope to connect with others who are facing similar challenges. This Ironman is more than just a race. It's an opportunity to inspire and uplift. So until next time,